Hey Tony, what protein is better for me, chicken or fish?
No way! Get that nasty out of here. That is one of the worst sources of protein ever. Oh, yeah, raw eggs. That's a great idea. What is it, 1945? That is so nasty and so wrong. But I feel the same way about eggs as I do steak. All that protein is coming with a lot of other bad things I don't want backing up my system. Pumpkin seeds, on the other hand, might be one of the best foods that you can eat that is high in protein that doesn't come with a lot of other downsides like cholesterol in meat or lectins in peanuts. In fact, some studies show that just a handful of pumpkin seeds has the protein equivalent of 7 whole eggs. Ah, tofu, aka soy. Oh my gosh, the fermentation process is like trying to launch the shuttle around the moon. A lot of people don't know that for it to be a healthy form of protein, it has to be fermented perfectly. If it's not, it can act as an enzyme inhibitor, which actually blocks your body's ability to absorb the protein. Instead of eating a manufactured block of tofu, you can just sprinkle a little bit of chickpeas over your next meal. Hello, you're welcome. But one of the real issues that is holding us back from gaining muscle as we age isn't any of these. There is something much more serious that you need to be prepared for. If you're over the age of 30, you're gonna wanna hear this, because sometime in our 30s is when most people start noticing the effects of age-related muscle loss, which is a gradual decrease in muscle mass and strength. What does it look like? Well, typically it means you slowly but steadily get a little bit weaker year after year, even if you're eating and exercising the same.
Now that I'm older, it's really hard to keep the muscle mass on me. And I notice, I'm a lot softer.
Everyday activities become a little bit more difficult to do.
Carrying up my groceries,
climbing stairs,
doing yard work.
Keeping weight off also gets more challenging.
Wait a minute, I'm not as firm and I'm not as tight as I used to be.
And you notice you just don't have the energy you used to as your metabolism begins to slow down. But here's the thing. While age-related muscle loss is totally normal and happens to virtually everybody as part of a natural aging process, it is no longer inevitable. Scientists have found a new way to fight back against age-related muscle loss, a way that is simple and effective. A way I've seen help thousands of people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s and 80s maintain and even build new muscle, lose weight, and increase their energy levels. And a way I credit with helping me get into the best shape of my life today at age 63. And no, I'm not going to give you some tired old advice like eat more protein and do more exercise. In fact, you do not need extra exercise to get stronger. A just published clinical study funded by the National Institutes of Health finds that there is now a way to improve muscle function and maintain the ability to perform everyday activities without physical exercise. Now that means getting older doesn't have to mean getting weaker, even for those who can't or won't work out. This is potentially life-changing research. Nobody was more shocked to learn about this than I was. Now, I've been working out hard my whole life. I've been the personal trainer to celebrities like Tom Petty and Hugh McGregor, Allison Janney, and Sean Connery. I'm also the creator of the P90X home workout program, one of the biggest fitness phenomenons in American history. So the notion that you can get stronger and slimmer without exercise made no sense to me when I first heard about it. But now I'm a believer. And the best part is, it doesn't matter how old you are or where you are right now physically. Whether you're a 25-year-old athlete looking for a little extra edge, a busy 50-year-old who just doesn't have time to get into the gym every day, or maybe you're a 75-year-old grandparent who simply wants to be able to carry or play with their grandkids. This method can help virtually anybody get stronger, even without extra exercise.
Even though I am not working out anything like I used to, I feel just as strong, which is amazing.
I've been feeling more comfortable walking without my shirt on. That was pretty cool. You know, when you have your wife of 25 years say, you look bigger and stronger.
I was so focused on, am I stronger? Because I feel stronger. To see that there's a secondary benefit that I actually lost body fat was just outstanding and amazing.
Here's how it works. Now, one of the main building blocks of muscle protein is an amino acid called leucine. And when your body breaks down leucine, it produces a fascinating molecule called HMB. Now, the presence of HMB gives you the results that are much better and much faster. In over 50 published scientific studies, HMB has shown to help increase muscle mass, reduce muscle damage, and improve strength in adults of all ages, especially those 60 or older. These studies have shown that HMB can boost protein synthesis by as much as 70%. That's amazing for especially people my age who want to be able to sustain and maintain their muscle mass. But one recent study in particular is being hailed as an absolute game changer. The National Institutes of Health, that's the NIH, looked at how HMB performed in the human body when combined with another nutrient. And that's vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. Scientists have long known that vitamin D plays a role in muscle development, and yet over 40% of Americans are vitamin D deficient, which can accelerate age-related muscle loss, which is why you might notice those grocery bags are feeling a little bit heavier or your muscles are a little bit more sore after putting them to work. So now, back to this big study by the NIH. Group 1 was given a supplement made up of 3,000 milligrams of HMB and vitamin D3. Now, Group 2 received a placebo, in other words, a fake supplement containing nothing that would produce any measurable effect. Then they tracked the subjects for an entire year. And here's what was absolutely amazing. The group that received the HMB vitamin D3 supplement showed measurable increases in strength and experienced a significant improvement in muscle function, even, shockingly, without doing any physical exercise. The year-long clinical trial found that older adults taking a twice-daily nutrient mixture could improve and sustain muscle strength without exercise. Those types of results typically aren't possible without going to the gym. And they turned everything I thought that I knew about strength and fitness on its head. HMB and vitamin D together are like boom inside your muscles. Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear about something. I'm not encouraging anybody, ever, to stop exercising. There are so many benefits of regular exercise in addition to maintaining and building muscle. It helps you control your weight, boosts your energy, improves your mood, and promotes better sleep, period. For those who are unable to work out, maybe because they're just too darn busy, or perhaps they're sidelined by an injury or an illness, science has now discovered a method to help all people get strong and improve muscle function as they age regardless of their level of physical activity. And believe it or not, I know this better than anyone. That's because back in 2017, I was knocked down by a monster of an illness. Something called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. You can't drive, you can't work out, you can't even walk. My wife, Shauna, took me to the hospital multiple times, and I was bedridden for months, unable to eat. My body was completely wasting away. My muscle mass was completely disappearing. And you want to know what the irony is? There I was, a professional trainer for 30 years, and all of a sudden, I thought, well, this is it. I thought I was special, Mr. Fitness, but in reality, I was scared. I was scared that I would never ever be the same. Scared I would never get strong and healthy again. Scared I would lose my independence and maybe lose my identity. I had to resign myself to thinking this is what aging is. But there's one thing that my friends know about me, and that is I do not give up, and that I do not let fear and negativity win the day. So while I had some great doctors, and they were trying to do everything that they could, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Trying to find a solution to get my strength and muscle back. I started researching everything and anything related to the science of building my muscle back again. That's when I learned about these fascinating studies showing the potential of HMB plus vitamin D3 and what they can do when it comes to helping build new muscle. Now, the problem was, I knew that in order for HMB and vitamin D3 to help me get my muscle mass back to the level I had before, I would need to combine that with protein. Now, most people know protein is essential for muscle growth. However, too much protein can end up being stored as fat and actually derail your fitness goals. Excess meat consumption can also be hard on your heart, cholesterol, and digestive system. So, if you want to build muscle and keep your body healthy, it's probably not a good idea to eat a bunch of steak and chicken all day, all the time. At the time, I could barely swallow solid food anyway. So I began combining daily protein shakes with an HMB vitamin D3 supplement that I had purchased from a really good friend of mine who works in sports nutrition. That supplement wasn't cheap, but I gotta tell you, I was desperate. And after the research I had done, I knew that I had to try it. Lo and behold, I began putting muscle back on my withered body. It was very slowly at first, but then more and more. And because I was combining HMB plus vitamin D with a moderate amount of healthy protein, instead of eating protein-rich foods like meat and fish and chicken, I was strictly building lean muscle without putting on the extra fat. Now, eventually, I was able to use my muscles again, and I regained the ability to walk, go up and down the stairs, and then I'll tell you, I'll never forget it, that very special day when I was finally able to get back into the gym.
Hey everybody, it's Tony. Yeah, remember me? I've been through a lot in the last couple months, and today is my first workout in 2 months.
That HMB vitamin D3 supplement, combined with a healthy supply of protein, had worked. It helped me not only get me back on my feet, but I still take it to this day, every day. And I can honestly tell you that today, at 63 years old, I am in the best shape of my life. And here is the very best part. There is now a much easier way for anyone to get HMB plus vitamin D3. The knowledge that this breakthrough nutrient compound could be life-changing for millions of other people inspired me to develop my own formula. So I partnered with this cutting-edge lab right here in Texas, where we're both replicating and improving upon the exact combination of nutrients that was given to participants in those breakthrough scientific studies. Introducing High Impact Protein from Power Life by Tony Horton, a next-generation protein powder featuring HMB and vitamin D3, specifically formulated to help you build and maintain healthy, strong muscle mass at any age. Now, if you're wondering how you can try High Impact Protein for yourself, you should know this formula is not available in stores. And here's why. While we could easily charge $100 per jar jar of high impact protein, we took the unusual step of not selling this formula in stores where it would be subject to the expensive middleman markup and offered directly to you online, which allows us to significantly reduce the cost to you, all the way down to just $69.95 per jar. But because you've watched this entire video and I know you're committed to your health and your well-being, so I've asked my team to dramatically lower the price of high impact protein for a brief period of time. If you order right now through this video presentation, you can get a single jar of high impact protein for just $49.95. That's another $20 off the retail price. All you have to do is click the next step button below and you can have high impact protein on its way to your door in just a few days' time.
So when I was 50 and I went through menopause, my muscle mass was going away, which I didn't really quite realize till I wasn't able to do what I was able to do. I noticed my butt was getting soft and mushy, which it's never been. And I wasn't able to run as fast because my glutes weren't strong. But I've been taking this protein powder for about a month now, and no question, my butt muscles are coming back. They are now finally back. And I'm so excited about it.
When I hit 50, that's when I can remember, my muscles just didn't feel firm. I just see softness. When I added high impact protein, that's when I noticed a change. I don't see soft anymore. I'm okay with my shirt off now, where before, that was not happening.
Now, there are no excuses for a body that isn't healthy and strong because it has never been easier to achieve.
And when you put the right things in your body, you feel better, you have more energy, you get more things done. People like you. Why do they like you? Because you're different. Just your attitude is different. Your outlook is different. When your energy is up and your enthusiasm for life is up, well, of course people gravitate to you. You know what I mean? And on top of everything else, you're probably going to look better naked too.
The most important lesson I've learned throughout this entire journey is you do not have to accept the notion that you will slow down as you get older. Whatever you want your muscles to do, High Impact Protein from Power Life by Tony Horton will help you do it. To try High Impact Protein from Power Life by Tony Horton completely risk-free, click the link below right now.
I can't wait for you to try my high impact protein and discover for yourself just how strong you can feel and how a little bit more muscle can make your life a whole lot better. I'm Tony Horton and welcome to the Power Life family.